Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live. And a very good morning to all of you, and all of you a very happy Friday. In today's program, I just want to have a brief conversation about whether or not the market can finally listen to what the Fed is saying. And obviously a bit of a build-up to a big event happening today, which I think could be one of the biggest NFP readings or most important NFP readings we've had in a long time. But before we get into all of that, don't forget these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research, do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out of the way, let's get started. So today, obviously, is Jobs Day. Okay, it's the big event, the event we've all been waiting for this week, and that obviously is the non-farm payroll. But in the background, like I say, the first couple of two trading days of the week, the market was trading with hope and with anticipation and with a, as I personally think, a silly belief that the Fed will do a pivot. And this was mainly driven down by two factors. One, we had very negative ISM US manufacturing PMI, 2-year low for that. Plus, the RBA was pretty dovish with their rate hike, catching the market out. So since then, the market, for the first couple of trading days anyway, anticipated the Fed's going to do something similar. But as I've said many, many times before on this video, I don't think they will, and I think it's ridiculous to try and fight the Fed. But it's not just me saying this. The Fed is saying this themselves. And I was asking the question, is the market finally going to listen? Because they keep hammering on about what their target is, what their main priority is, what their goal is. And their goal is bringing inflation down. So the market really needs to forget or put out in the back of its mind, unless we get a financial disaster, that the Fed won't actually take its foot off the pedal. I mean, for example, over the last couple of days, we've had quite a few Fed officials speak and do interviews. And they've all said the same thing. They all said their goal is to bring inflation down to 2%. That is their main goal. I mean, for example, Chicago Fed President Charles Evans, he has said he expects interest rates to reach 4.75% before they even think about doing any sort of pivot or halting or waiting. Fed Governor Christopher Waller, he said, we currently do not face a trade-off between our unemployment objective and our inflation objective. And he also goes on to say, so monetary policy can and must be aggressively to bring down inflation. So basically you're saying they're not even looking at the job data at the moment. They're not even looking at the economy at the moment. All they're looking at doing is bringing inflation down, okay? And they must be aggressive as possible to bring inflation down. So the whole fact that the market has got itself into this little belief that at some point the Fed will do a pivot or hold back with being aggressive. Again, I keep saying, I think it's kidding themselves. So now really, it's not out. I'm not saying, they definitely won't do it at some point. But, like I've said already, we need a financial disaster for them to even consider doing that. And this is why the market today is, like I say, we are bracing ourselves to what could be, in my opinion, probably one of the most important NFP readings we've had in such a long time. And the market is bracing itself for it, because potentially it could be a real big market mover. And I'll tell you why. Okay, obviously the US non-farm payroll is due today at 12:30 p.m. UTC. Okay, now we had a worse than expected initial claims yesterday, not dramatically worse, but worse than anticipated, 219,000 versus 200,000 expected. So this NFP reading, quite a few economists expect or estimate this to be the lowest payroll gain since December 2020. Okay, so the lowest NFP since December 2020. Expectation of this event, okay, is 250,000 new jobs. The previous reading was 315,000. Now, if it comes in close to 250, okay, then around that number, okay, the Fed, like I say, in my opinion, will carry on. If we get higher than that, and trust me, we've had some real higher than anticipated readings over the last couple of NFP announcements. So if it does indeed come in higher, like the ADP did on Wednesday, came in better than expected, don't forget. Not that I think the NFP and ADP are correlated. I don't. I mean, quite a few people do, but I don't. If it does, though, I mean, for the Fed or for the market to even consider, again, that the Fed's going to do a pivot, we're going to need a real shocking number, like a real low number, way under expectations. If we get a higher than anticipated number than 250, then we can see dollar strength across the board, and we can literally see the market going, no, there's no holding back on the Fed. But anyway, this is why, because this event is going to be, in my opinion, the big event this week, and probably one of the most important NFP readings we've had in a long time, purely because the market got itself into an attitude of hope at the beginning of the week. I will be doing a tixee live watch along of this event at 12:20 p.m. UTC, so please come and join me for that. As the market currently stands, though, let's have a quick look at the moment how the market is actually trading at the moment. At the moment, like I say, from the US session, we have seen a bit more dollar strength. Euro currently, again, way under 99, which was the number it was trying to maintain momentum above. Currently trading now at 0.9804, really pushing the boundaries to go to 0.97 now. That's sort of that handle. The sterling, it's the same again. It's under now. This what was a support is now a potential key resistance. 1.12196 is a key area of interest. Currently trading again under the 112 handle. Currently trading at 1.1194. So again, dollar strength with sterling as well. Dollar yen. Again, trying to push higher. I think the dollar bulls here are trying to tempt the BOJ to see they intervene again. Really, their real goal is 145.69 before the BOJ intervenes again, because obviously that's the level the BOJ can't handle. We've seen them intervene when it hit that level before, but currently pretty sideways as well. 144.83. Gold. Again, still flirting with that key level I've been watching for a long time, $1,726.48. Like I say, the last two sessions, it had two really good days of gains, but then since then we've had two losing streaks, and it's currently trying to bounce back again. Like I say, it's going to be pretty sideways for most of the session until that key NFP number. Again, Bitcoin, no real change as well, still in that range between that key resistance of $20,355 and that potential key support of $18,438. So again, pretty sideways as well. Oil, which has been on the move. Sorry, excuse me. Again, still edging a little bit higher. We've had 4 days of gains, obviously driven by that OPEC decision to cut production by 2 million barrels per day, even though the actual number would be closer to 860,000 barrels a day. Currently trading at $88.49 as well. So, like I say, it's going to be pretty sideways. I am expecting it to be sort of range bound for the majority of the session, because I say this NFP announcement, is everything is hinging on it today. It really is. Like I say, if we get a better than expected number, then the Fed will, the market surely must start listening to what the Fed is saying, because the Fed is not changing its tune one bit. If we get a real low number, it's got to be drastically low as well, drastically under the expectations, then the market will start getting hope again. But even then, I don't think, it should hope. Anyway, but yeah, that's the big thing. That's the US unemployment rate. Expected to come in the same at 3.7 as well. No change on that. But anyway, yeah, NFP and US unemployment. So please come and join me at 12:20 p.m. for the watch along, which could be what could be a massive event. The markets, as they currently stand, the European markets, that is, FTSE in the green slightly, 0.09%. DAX currently in the red slightly, 0.18%, and Eurostoxx 50, currently trading slightly higher, 0.06%. Don't forget, you can ask me questions anytime you wish, or share your opinions with me, or simply say hi if you like. Tell me how you're doing today. Are you excited about the NFP? Don't forget, we've got a poll on our community page on our YouTube channel, which is a poll to say whether or not you think the NFP is going to come in higher than expected, lower than expected, or as expected. So please feel free to be a part of that and join in on our community page on the YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you think of a question later, you can put it in the comment section, either on YouTube or Facebook. I will see them and I will reply to it next time I go live on air, which of course will be at 12:20 p.m. UTC to do the watch along of the non-farm payroll. And again, of course, later this afternoon at 2 p.m. UTC to do the US session. So I'll be back on again. Okay, if there is no questions, not a problem. Don't forget, if you're watching me on Facebook and you enjoyed this little video, by all means, give us a follow. If you're watching me on YouTube and you enjoyed this little video, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time when I'm going live. If you enjoyed this video and found it interesting and you've put up with me, my over-the-top enthusiasm for the markets, which I just can't help because I love the markets, then give me one of these. It's nice to know that you like what I do. I can see I've got a couple of likes already, which I really appreciate. Anyway, until next time, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.